In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to participate in private pre-sales, public pre-sales, guaranteed allocations, fair launches, and public listings. Let's start with private pre-sales. Private pre-sales, or ICOs, are not openly available to the public. You will either need to have a connection to the project directly or have an allocation with an incubator. Ferrum Network and DuckDAO are two of the most well-known private pre-sale incubators in the cryptocurrency market today. Let me share with you an example of how a private pre-sale works. Most of the time, the first step is that you will be sent a Google form with information on how to invest in the private pre-sale. This is where you will receive the terms of the deal, how much you are able to invest, as well as the vesting times for when your tokens will be sent to you. Most private sales will give you 25% to 50% of your tokens at the time of the launch, and then 20 to 25% each month until you have received all of your tokens. This is where each project will differ, so always make sure to do your own research and understand the deal before investing. Now, if you agree with the terms of the investment, just follow the steps that they give you and invest by sending your funds to a contribution address. Some projects may have you deposit funds into a private pool. Polkastarter has private POLS pools for those holding at least 3,000 of the POLS token. It's also very important to know that most projects will have you invest from your own private wallet, like MetaMask, and not directly from a centralized exchange. Now, when the project does go live to the public, you will most likely receive some of your tokens within an hour or two of the launch. Again, this is all dependent upon the project, so always do your own research. Now let's discuss public pre-sales. Public pre-sales work very similarly to the private ones, but with one big difference being that they are open to the public. The first step for most public pre-sales is to get whitelisted for the project. Whitelisting is the practice of allowing identified entities access to the public pre-sale. Each whitelisting form is a bit different, but most of them follow the same narrative. To gain access to the public pre-sale whitelisting form, make sure to check the project's Twitter, Medium articles, and Telegram. Once you've located the form, simply follow the steps, enter in your cryptocurrency address, and submit your form. The reason these projects do a whitelisting is to build up their social media accounts and Telegram channels. And a lot of the time, in order to be whitelisted, you will need to follow their social media and join their Telegram. Now, the benefits of doing this is that you gain access to up-to-date information about the project and all of the details in the public presale. After submitting your whitelist form, you will be notified via email if you are one of the lucky ones that have been whitelisted. Now, sometimes they do not follow up via email, so it's always important to double check if your address has been whitelisted. Now, it's also very important to know that public pre-sales are very competitive, so don't get discouraged if you are not whitelisted for every project. Now, if you are one of the lucky ones that gets whitelisted, the next step would be contributing your funds to a public pre-sale pool. Now, a lot of these public pools will be on incubators' websites. Polkastarter and DuckStarter are great examples. It's also very important to understand that a lot of these times, these pools are first come, first serve, and will fill up within a matter of seconds. So it's always very important to be one of the first ones to join the pool. This is because most projects will oversubscribe their whitelisting. That way, they are almost always guaranteed to sell out all of their tokens to the public. If you are one of the first to submit your funds into the public pool at the designated time, you will then be able to unlock your tokens within a certain designated time after the cryptocurrency has launched. This is most likely within 1 to 2 hours after the token is on the public market. Now let's discuss guaranteed allocations for both public and private pre-sales. Guaranteed allocations allow you guaranteed access to contribute a certain amount of money into an ICO and pre-sale. For example, Ferrum Network guarantees private pre-sale allocations, where BSCPad guarantees public pre-sale allocations. The difference here being in the price in which you are able to obtain new tokens. Typically, private pre-sales give you a better deal than public pre-sale token prices. Now, the process for participating is essentially the same, but instead of a first come, first serve model, you will have a certain amount of time to contribute your funds. most likely within 8 to 24 hours. You will be able to do this by sending your funds to a contribution address or a public pool. And once the project is live on the marketplace, you will receive your tokens based on the vesting schedule. Now let me share with you how to participate in fair launches. Fair launches bypass some or all of the ICO and pre-sale process and just go straight into selling their tokens on the public market. Most of the time, they will set a countdown timer and add liquidity so that anyone can swap their native tokens for the new token. Fair launches can be dangerous as bots are always trying to snipe these new tokens as soon as the liquidity is added. That being said, new projects can put in bot protection, and if you're able to buy right after a bot, you can still make a lot of money during the launch phase. This is exactly how I turned my $10,000 investment into more than $200,000. You see, I had been following a project for months and they are about to launch their new token called EFT. At the time of the launch, I traded 350,000 Tron for 209 EFT tokens. Before the tokens were launched, one EFT was priced at 400 Tron, but within 30 seconds of the launch, one EFT went as high as more than 100,000 Tron each. If I had sold at the exact top, I would have made more than 20 million Tron. Today, 20 million Tron is worth around $2 million. Unfortunately, I did not time the top and ended up selling my EFT for an average price of around 30,000 Tron, which gave me 6 million Tron, which was right around $200,000. Now, my favorite part about fair launches is that they are actually fair. This means anyone can participate. You just have to be one of the first ones into the project to make life-changing money. This is called token sniping. I will share with you more details of how to do this later on in the course. Now, last but not least, we have public listings. This is when a token is launched to the public, but they did do a private or public pre-sale. Some of the best times to invest in a new project is within the first few hours or first few days of the project listing. This is also some of the riskiest time to invest in the project as well. That being said, I've been one of the first to invest in some of the best performing altcoins of 2020 and 2021, and these investments have made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. In order to participate in these public sales, all you have to do is swap your native tokens at the time of the launch. Now, I would recommend starting with a small amount to invest with to kind of see how the process works at first. And once you get a feel for how these launches happen, you'll have a better understanding and become an even better investor. So there you have it. This is how you're able to take just a few $100s and turn it into life-changing money. Now, in the rest of the course, I'm going to show you how to join some of the most trustworthy incubators and how to find new altcoin gems before they are listed on the public market. I will also teach you token sniping and how to become one of the first to invest in these new projects. Thanks again for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next ones coming up. Stay tuned.